Badass.
Yay!
A Bunkers and Badass podcast. Let's start by saying who our characters are, what their archetype and class is, and give us a badass fact about them. Ashley, we'll start with you.
All right, I'm Ashley and I play Dove. Dove is an elementalist hunter with a companion hawk named Duck Norris. For Dove's badass fact, about 15 years ago, before she met all of these people that she's now, on a grand adventure with, she used to build all of her own weapons with anything that she could find in the woods.
Oh, that is badass. All right, cool. Up next, we have Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian. I play Bruno Albero. My fun fact, since I guess we can just make up canon and whatnot, Bruno's race, the Tieflings, while many consider them to be like devil folk and stuff like that, the Tieflings of Giuseppe 5, their evolutionary ancestry is more closer to a creature that would be known as a goat to us here on Earth.
Okay.
So not
Man.
the devil people, more goat people.
More
Exactly.
goat people.
Still used for sacrifice, though.
I wanted to say that is a badass fact, but
I missed my opportunity right there.
yeah.
I'm glad that you decided to ram that one in there,
There it is.
No.
Let's send it to Davey. Davey.
Hi, I'm Davey. I play Haramis Flay Gillock. He's a guardian mechromancer, and today's badass fact is actually going to be about KIT. KIT is an acronym that just stuck as a name for Kitchen in Transit. He is a modified field kitchen from when Haramis was in military culinary school that was reappropriated and illegally modified and then, taken, removed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere in one of your books.
Mm-hmm.
All
Wow,
right.
it's like all these facts. Nomad knows them before anyone else.
Well, I'm a big fan, right, of this guy, and I'm just holding it in. One day, I'm gonna lose my shit and bring him a whole bunch of racks. All right, up next is Julia.
I'm Julia, and I play Penumbra. Penumbra is an enforcer gunzerker, and I'm not going to say badass, just his fact today is that he is a fantastic singer and was once in a boy band. He got into a fight with one of the other guys, and now there's a restraining order. We won't talk about that. But, yeah. Great singer. Boy band.
That is
Interesting.
really interesting.
We have a couple options. You can take a crack at Penumbra's real name, or you can take a crack at Penumbra's boy band's name.
Okay, I was gonna say the exact same thing. Now I don't know which one. Wait, So we get two guesses, one for the name of the boy band and then one for Penumbra.
Whose turn is it to guess?
Anybody's really.
Ashley, you got something?
I do not.
You're pretty witty.
Should we do an internet guess?
Yeah.
We should
feel
do
like
an internet guess
That's a good idea.
because I was just gonna say Stonewall Jackson, and I don't think that's it.
You would be correct. That is not it.
Okay, good.
So this comes from Scout About Town, who is not a mod, emphatically, on the B&B Homebrew Collection Discord, and also guessed by a user named Haru on YouTube. Is it Dennis?
It is not Dennis.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, we
Thanks
did.
for playing. We'll get you next time.
We didn't guess the boy band. Is it Stonewall Jackson 5?
Wait, was that a layup? Was that a layup the whole time? God,
I was
damn it.
interrupted.
Well, you didn't go with the guess I was expecting, so.
Oh god, this is going completely off the rails.
A little bit.
That's where we thrive.
I'm Jay. I play the Nomad. The Nomad is a berserker enforcer. And my badass fact is he wakes up incredibly early to do his skincare routine. Hair, mustache, paint, baby oil. He's got to get ready for the day.
I'm surprised you didn't throw powder as junk in there. He seems like a junk powder kind of guy.
I did kind of jump the gun a little bit. This one was a little further down on my list of badass facts. I should have led with another thing, but well, you only get one.
Was it junk powder?
It was. And last but not least, our bunker master, Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. I play the bunker master in charge of the world and most of the people who are not these people inside of it. My badass fact is kind of a badass fact for me and most of the population of the world is that I am not the voice of Mario in the Mario Brothers movie. And for that, I think it's a badass fact about us all, really.
Except for Chris.
Except for that one guy. Otherwise, it's a badass fact for everyone else. So last we left off, our adventurers had just encountered their first badass enemy. And it went about as well as you would expect. There was some fire. It's quite a lot of fire. And there was just a little bit of death. But everything works out. And the treants are no more. And the group of you is sort of recovering over a homemade treant campfire where you were last seen roasting marshmallows. So let's get into it.
How long does it take these shields to recharge? And I have like the shield and I'm like shaking it.
As you are shaking it, you realize that the number is not going up. It is going down because you are standing in the fire currently.
Oh, pardon me. I don't even know how I got there. Did we loot any of this?
You were looking for loot that was on fire.
Oh, you're right.
You have connected the dots onto how you got into the situation. You leapt into the fire because you saw glimpses of loot within the burning treant, and you saw that it was beginning to catch. So you kind of flung yourself at it to claim the loot. And so inside of there, you actually need to roll 5 loot piles for this badass treant. So Nomad's grabbing the stuff, and then however you want to distribute the stuff after that will be to the group.
All right.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, this is going to take a little bit of doing. So while I'm working on this, Nomad, if you would like to go over the rest of the things that you found with the group and kind of distribute them however you wish.
Yeah, I don't know where he was keeping all this, but it looks like we have 1 grenade, 30 gold, 3 more grenades. We have a stat potion and an invisibility potion.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, could you imagine me invisible? That'd be crazy.
Very.
No, I could not see you invisible.
No, we couldn't.
He's just standing there smiling real big. Holding grenades and gold and an invisibility potion.
If you use the invisibility potion, does your hand go invisible? Would my arm and leg go invisible?
Oh God, that's right. Huh. Well, cross that bridge when the time comes, I guess.
That'll be interesting.
Hold on, I have an idea. God Ian,
Yes, my children.
if we drink the invisibility potion, would the people who have non-biological limbs also be completely invisible, or would their limbs just be floating?
The Nomad passes out.
It's magic. So yeah, the whole of you would be invisible, and everything you have on your person at that moment.
Wait, hold on.
That's convenient.
There's one more thing here. What is this?
You pull from the mangled and in I was gonna say engorged. It's not engorged. It's engulfed. Those are very different words. The engulfed treant. You pull it's a weird shape. You haven't really encountered one of these things before. I need you to roll a d8 now.
I want to take a step back.
Okay, so you have collected your very first relic.
Oh.
It is a common resistance relic, and its effect is that it gives you 1d4 elemental resistance overall. But I would like you to also roll a d10 to determine what class it's for. The class specialty is for a berserker.
Wow.
So for
How very
everyone,
convenient.
That's cool.
yeah, no, you rolled it. For anyone can use it, and it will give them 1d4 elemental resistance. If a berserker uses it, they additionally get 1d4 resistance to all types of damage. So whenever a berserker would take damage, they roll a d4, take that much less damage, plus the elemental
that's kinda
resistance.
cool. As Nomad's going through his loot, Haramis is gonna start cooking some food and light a pipe.
While we're doing this, does anyone need grenades? I have a lot of grenades here.
I have room for 2.
All right. Anyone else? Dove, you chucked one, right? Dove?
Yes. No, I was going to ask for one.
All right. We'll get you a grenade. I know I could use a grenade. I have 0 somehow. Bruno's got one. Penumbra, you
I
still
have
full up on
no
grenades?
room for grenades.
All right.
I could take one more.
Okay. There we go.
Cool.
So we all just got 1.
Yeah, we'll all grab one grenade.
Works for
And-
me.
Why don't we give the gold to Penumbra?
Thanks.
Yeah, and then we have the stat potion and invisibility potion. I know, Dove, you've been pretty much invisible that whole fight. That was pretty cool.
Not too worried about invisibility.
I really wouldn't mind having the experience of a berserker who is also invisible.
That could
Be
be
like that Predator movies.
Yeah, I'm in the trees.
Why is the ghost punching me?
It's almost better if the potion doesn't work on Nomad's hand, because then like it can look like it from Adam's Family.
Yeah. It'd be a
Thing.
Thing. Yeah, my bad. Which was it?
What?
Because it's the hairy one.
Yeah.
Oh,
if it didn't
yeah.
work on hair, that'd be pretty funny.
Just this gorgeous flow of toupee that the Nomad's got going on.
Nomad, you now have the Relic of Resistance.
Da 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 da.
All right. And nobody else want. Well, what's the stat potion actually?
The stat potion is +3 to a stat mod of your choice for 1 hour. And obviously, the invisibility potion is you become cloaked for 3 turns. So if someone would want either of those.
While the invisibility potion sounds really funny for me, I'm just gonna use it for shenanigans. So if someone wants that seriously,
I think I'd like to try it. Would you mind?
I do not at all. Hand
Awesome.
over that invisibility potion to Hermes.
Great. It's invisible. No.
Oh shit! Well, I lost it. Where'd it go? And then the stat potion.
Give it to Penumbra. I bet Penumbra could do some cool shit with the stat potion.
Sure. Let's see what I can do.
Sure. Well, there we go.
Okay. Everyone is equipped with their new items, and the fire is starting to die out on the treant. Your mushrooms. If you were cooking mushrooms on there, then they're done. The marshmallows are burnt. If you left them out on the fire, they have that, just full black inside and out. They're basically little balls of ash now. Hopefully that's how you like your s'mores.
Carboniferous. Wonderful.
But to answer your very first question, Nomad, your shields do recharge now. So they are fully recharged because none of you are standing in fire. That would be ridiculous. And so your shields go back to full. Your health does not. If you look towards the north where the path is leading you, you see that there is giant plume of smoke coming from the direction where you last saw that blimp coming down at. And also, you can see that there's a large plume of smoke in the distance and then a smaller plume of smoke coming from a little bit closer, but you can't really tell from where as you continue down the path.
So, Bruno, how was that whole reincarnation process? What was that like?
Yeah. How are you feeling?
I believe I kind of described it earlier, but basically it was darkness, and then things got digitally, and then all of a sudden I was standing in goo and I was alive again.
Yeah, well, we've
So,
all been
I
there.
believe I in the dying phase, I believe someone was poking me with a stick.
I don't know who would do that. Do you know who would do that, Nomad?
I think I was standing in fire. I can't remember much.
So, Bruno, scale of 1 to 10, would you do it again?
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't recommend it.
I mean, we can say what we want, but that was badass.
It was kind
He
of
was
badass.
flying through the air. Yeah, that was badass. It's just, sometimes before you do something badass, you get hit with a tree trunk and crushed.
Well, it wasn't a tree trunk. It was a bunch of electrical orbs emanated from a tree, fried my ass, and flung me across the land.
Oh, no. I meant before that when you guys were standing there and he slammed his trunk down on you twice, crushed you a little bit beforehand. He's kind of like tenderized you before he cooked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the Redwood Rodeo was very valiant effort, honestly.
This will forever be known as the Redwood Rodeo. Yeah. Let's go ahead and these guys don't have anything, the Stumpies, right?
No, they're burnt up. There's nothing left there. It's just a pile of ash.
All right. Well, you
Or
guys
in the,
wanna
in
go
the
ahead
case of the farthest one, 2 piles of ash because it was ripped in half.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good job, little buddy.
That was really cool. And he still kind of smells like barbecue rack, which is cool. Mm-hmm. You guys want to go ahead and head down this path, see what's up here?
Yeah, let's check it out.
So you can continue down the path. It winds and twists. There are many sort of directions and ways to go, but they all kind of converge back to this sort of fork in the road as you walk. You're walking for kind of a while. It's not a lot, but it's about midday or later by the time that you reach this fork in the road. And there is a fork that leads closer to the north where you don't see any smoke, but the fork leading to the southwest is where the direction of the big smoke plume you can see.
Can we tell which one was the blimp and which one's not?
So the one to the southwest seems to be the direction where the blimp is, because that's where you're seeing the smoke plumes come from. Both the bigger and smaller ones. And then the one to the north, you don't see any plumes of smoke in that direction.
All right, guys. Are we smoking or non-smoking?
Yeah, I think we head to that blimp. That seems like kind of like I know not on the way, but check it on the way kind of situation.
True. We did just shoot it down, so maybe there's loot.
Yeah. Let's go check that out. Unless there's any objection.
None from me.
Let's see what there
Let's
is.
go.
The forward path through the forest is thwarted by a towering dwarven edifice that blocks the way to the east. In front of you is a giant wall with dwarven etchings across it and a giant door, which also has a dwarven inscription on it.
Oh. Well, let's see what this says.
All right,
Can
so
I read
this
it?
would be an insight check to make sure you're up on your all the latest, dwarven runes.
In case I've been hanging out too long, don't know the local slang anymore.
Yeah.
I just imagine Hermes like step back and he like pulls out his glasses and puts them on.
Before you actually tell me what it is, I have something that I want to say. Hey, that's pretty good. So it reads, "Here I sit so broken-hearted, came to shit and only farted."
No, that's
No?
not. Nope.
That was beautiful.
That was for you, Nomad. I'm just kidding. What does it actually say?
It says, "Hunter, prithee, heed my call. Shouldest thou wish to pass this wall, sigils thrice doth hold it fast." And the rest appears to be scribbled out in large pink crayon and just says, blah, blah, blah. The wall needs 3 blood fruits to open. They only grow on a tree. And where else? Blood Tree Camp. Go there.
I just relate that because I'm not going to be able to say that accurately. So it looks like we can't get through until we go kill blood trees. I don't know what a blood tree is.
I'm not stepping in that fire again. I don't know if that was a blood tree, but it made a few of us
really-
pretty bloody.
It might be. You didn't see anything else inside that big one, did you?
No, I look pretty good.
Maybe it's the other way.
Yeah, let's go the other way. I don't know. We can look along the way, see if we can find it. Maybe.
Yeah, so as
come
you're
back.
as you're backing out from where that is, you see kind of another path leading more southwest, and also the path back to where the fork was to go north. There is dried blood on the path that is leading southwest. Blood or blood fruit juice, maybe. It's probably blood though. Like really, you know where you are. Ian here. Just so you know, as this scene ends, we have my machine decided to blue screen, and so we lost a bit of our adventure. They kept recording, and you might hear some of their misadventures as we go forward in future episodes. But for now, we join back with our group as they have decided to questionably cook and questionably put things in their mouth.
Cool. So while you were out, I tried some of these Brussels sprout looking things that I made. I just kind of like cooked them, and we were trying to find out if I was poisoned. It's
We're
probably been about
waiting to
15
find
minutes.
out if you're poisoned.
We'll know if he gets the sheets.
That too.
And yeah, I guess I'll go stick my hand in that like blood fruit or whatever, and give that a lick. See
How's
what's
it
going on
taste?
with that?
Well,
What?
so we'll do these things in order. Let's deal with Hermes's possible poisoning first.
Uh huh.
Hermes, why don't you roll roll your mastery stat to see if you poisoned yourself or if you know what you're doing.
Okay. Yikes. Oh, shit.
Nobody else touched the
I got a
food.
5.
This is why I didn't eat them.
I'm the only one who's eaten it. I only ate one.
Well, that one is going to come back from whence it came, and then also send a signal to the other end that all lanes are open.
Oh,
All the orifices.
oh, great. Hermes is gonna sprint for a bush since we're there.
I walk up to the edge of the bush. I'm sorry, pal. You know, we've all been there, and I'm glad it's not me.
Nomad, did you just say you just licked blood?
I did lick blood. Is it blood?
One,
Well, they
yes.
told it was blood, but I had to lick it anyway.
All right, all right.
Two, why don't you roll me a damage roll to see how your constitution is?
Oh God.
That could have been better. Rolled an 11.
That could have been worse.
So one lane is open for you, not all lanes, just the one lane. Just know the next time that you go to fart, there's gonna be just it's a little bit extra coming through.
I just got to be careful when I cough.
It's not gonna be all style, no substance. There's gonna be a little substance.
It's another Chipotle night.
Well, we better be hitting the old dusty trail.
Yeah.
And Hermes, you go ahead and take a D4 of poison
Diarrhea damage.
It's poison damage, sure.
So does that go through the shield?
Yes, that'll just be
The
straight to your
diarrhea?
health.
Okay, cool.
Corrosive damage.
Yeah, it was basically corrosive damage.
Fantastic. Yeah. Hey, Bruno, can you hold my beard? I think I need another.
I don't want to.
I need you to.
Roll mastery again to see if you have collected yourself.
Nope.
No.
I got a 7.
Round 2. Another D4.
Oh,
No. Oh, me and my overconfidence. I took 3 that time.
So if you want, you can continue down whichever path that you were wanting to go down. You would just kind of, like Hansel and Gretel, there's like a trail of breadcrumbs. This is kind of like that.
Breadcrumbs. But with blood.
Yeah. And vomit.
We'll just
Yeah,
know
and poop.
which way. We just know which way is back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and lead the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
And which
crawl
direction
behind
were
you.
you traveling? Were you traveling back to the fork, or were you going down the path of the licking blood path?
We were going to check out the other path before heading to the blood path.
Just so y'all know, it is legit blood. Yeah, that's not fruit. I thought it might have been fruit.
Thanks for
Could you
taking
tell-
one for the team.
Yeah, well,
Bruno
you know.
starts looking for garlic.
Could you tell if it was like AB or B positive or O?
No. Well, I don't know. Is that an insight check or?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight so you can see the blood type, or maybe who the blood belonged to.
Actually, not bad. A 16.
You can tell the blood belonged to someone who was alive when they lost it.
Oh,
Alright.
so it was fresh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is not a dead person's blood. I guess they were very much alive.
That's foreboding.
Playing devil's advocate, we can go back to the fork in the road. But if we do, if this person is alive, they are going to be dead by the time we come back. And I'm fine either way. I'm just laying out the facts.
Looking at the ground, there is probably more blood than just one person. I believe this person is no longer among the living.
That's
Already.
That's fair.
But we can check.
So I was going to have you roll an insight check for that specifically. But yes, yeah, as you can kind of see the amount of blood, you could probably assume that that person was alive when they rolled or when they started losing
they
blood,
rolled.
but are probably, yeah, when they rolled down the hill bloody, but no longer is that probably the case.
All right.
All
I just
right.
rolled a 17 on an insight check.
Well, you
Yeah.
talked me into it. Let's go ahead and head back to that fork in the road and check that other path.
I like that plan.
Okay, so as you are continuing back down the path, Hermes is sticking more towards the bushes to relieve himself as needed. So, Hermes, as we continue, you will have to roll another mastery.
You know, this is like
Well, no, actually, this is a damage. This will be damage because this is Constitution at this point. The mastery you already have failed.
okay.
Mastery was for the cooking.
That's why
Yeah.
you're in this situation.
So it was a D4.
No, this is just roll your damage stat to see if your body is recovering yet.
Okay, there we go. That's an 18.
So yeah, you no longer feel the urge to expel from both ends, everything from both ends,
Okay,
and
good.
you can kind of walk in a straight line for the first time in probably about an hour. It's
Okay,
been.
good. That reminded me of college. What I remember of college.
It reminded me of hot lava. Let's keep going.
So as you get back to the fork and you start taking the other path north, you come across this break in the path. As you kind of continue on this way, there is a path which is raised up and has rocks on both sides. The north path leads up past a section of large rocks and comes to an end at an overlook where the vault hunters can see a small alcove where they could easily drop down. In that alcove, you see a solitary chest sitting on a small pile of rocks, and in the ground you can kind of see drag marks where it looks like the chest was dragged to that particular spot.
Well, this doesn't seem ominous in the slightest.
Yeah, let's go.
Bruno, I would love it if you would roll percentiles for me.
All right. Percentiles. I just rolled a 20, so that'd be a 20%.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm worried.
I got a bad feeling.
So you got a 20. Okay, that is noted. What would you like to do?
I would like to see if there's anything that seems off on this chest that is just haphazardly placed in the middle of this woods here.
So go ahead and roll an insight check. And would you like to move? You're gonna look from there, or because you're kind of far away from it currently. All you can see, because like I said, this is a path that's raised up, and the rocks
right.
themselves kind of lead you down into this little alcove. So you're
I'll-
kind of up above where it is currently, and from yours you can kind of just barely see it from where you're located currently.
So like we're on a ridge.
Yes, you're on like a ridge where the path of rocks is completely around this area, and the path kind of continues. But if you follow the rocks down on either side, the back side or the front side, you could get down to the lower area, is closer to the actual like forest floor, basically.
Cool.
Okay.
Does it look man-made or does it look natural?
The path seems more man-made.
Okay.
It seems like this was the way that they figured out how to get through this area, was to kind of build this up and go up above the forest floor to get sort of some height. So you can kind of see almost the tops of trees. You're kind of like eye line with, well, the Nomad's kind of like eye line with the top of the trees. Hermes, you're kind of eye line with the trees.
All right. I would,
Is that a
I would
short
like-
joke?
I was
Damn
gonna
you,
say,
God.
I was gonna say, why don't we have like Dove? She seems to be pretty, pretty astute when it comes to spotting stuff, and as well, she's got Duck Norris. Maybe we can, get a look around, see if anything looks funny. And she ran off.
My bad.
All right.
Am I able to
True.
send Duck down to look for us?
Yeah, you can send Duck down into the alcove area. What do you want Duck to be looking for?
Well, I want him to see if there's anything down there we need to be aware of, or if there's anything he can tell me about the land that he sees down there. Because we have what is that, ESP?
Oh, cool. I was gonna say,
Sure.
do you speak bird? That's pretty cool.
Maybe if there's any traps or anything that could hurt us when we get down there.
Okay. So you send Dove down into. I will have you roll an insight check, and we'll
I said
count it
Duck
for
down.
Dove.
I'm not
Duck.
going in.
Yes.
I was like, I'm not going down there right now.
You said before it couldn't
Dove
carry
flies
her.
in.
Yeah, you wouldn't let him carry me last time that I tried, so
If she starts flying, Nomad passes out.
claw him on my way by. So what am I rolling? Sorry.
Roll an insight check, and we'll have that count for what we'll have that be what Duck finds.
Really?
Ugh.
And we roll a 2. Oh, fuck.
Duck hasn't really seen their share of chests or traps or anything like that. Their report is there are rocks and there is the floor of the
Captain
forest.
Obvious.
Well-
Then.
It's not beneath me to just jump down in there if you guys want to keep the height advantage or whatever.
No, technically it is.
Hey, yeah, you got it there.
Yeah, I think one of you guys should go check it out. I'm not feeling well, so I'm just gonna chill for a minute.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go chill over here on this side.
I have my flint and steel out, by the way.
Anyone else gonna move?
Yeah, anyone would like to move in this instance before
suckers
the
go?
Nomad slides down into the alcove?
I will slide down with the Nomad.
Okay. And it's kind of easy on any side. Like it's kind of the same sort of difficulty to slide down anywhere around that bend. So Bruno on that side of on the left side of the alcove is just easy as Nomad being in the middle.
Okay. I wouldn't mind sliding down to probably about maybe 2 spaces away from the chest.
Just leaping
Okay.
from the top.
So I will have you both roll traverse checks to make sure you don't fall on your face as you're
okay.
sliding down. Mainly Nomad because you just leapt for it.
I
right.
rolled a 12.
And I rolled 23.
Dang.
Okay.
All right. And as I land, I check my kneecaps. Oh, shit, are they still here? Yep. All right. Didn't blow them out. Oh,
Yeah. So
we're good.
you land, both feet hit the ground, and you drop, and you just kind of have like you just kind of like flex your way out of any sort of pain or damage as you hit the ground. And Bruno, as you slide down, you kind of trip over a very small rock. Some would say a pebble, and you scrape up one of your knees, just
It
a little
just
bit.
doesn't end.
Superficial damage, but
And I yell to him, "Hey, you all right?"
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Just peachy over here.
All right. And now that we're down here, is there anything that we can see up close that was harder to see further away?
So as you are looking sort of around, obviously you see the chest next to you and the drag mark where it looks to have been dragged into position here. On the other side of you, you see there is sort of like branches and stuff that you just kind of jumped over, and other parts of the alcove. There doesn't appear to be anything else here. It is just the chest and nothing else that you can see from where you're standing.
All right. I guess I'll walk forward a little closer to Bruno. Yeah, this seems very suspicious.
Well, here's what I have. I will stand at the ready, and you can open it with your metal hand.
Alrighty. So I turn around and just open it with my metal hand.
I love how
Okay.
trusting that he is.
I mean, I'm gonna have you roll an interact check because you're just trying to one hand open a chest. You're just trying to offhand it, really.
Offhand.
Well,
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
ha,
his
ha.
hands off.
I rolled an 11. Joke's on you. I have a spare hand in my pack.
That's smart.
so as your hand goes on the clasp and you go to lift it, it lifts first and reveals that it was a mimic the whole time.
Goddamn it. Did I have a chance to jump back? I'm putting my hand out.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Oh god.
Damn, Bruno.
Bruno rolled an 18.
Speed demon.
Nomad, keeping with his low profile, rolled a crisp 10.
Great,
Dove
Chris.
rolled a 16.
Penumbra rolled a 17.
Davey rolled 17 as well.
Okay. Well, the mimic, which gets a plus 10 to its initiative value for surprise factor, got a 17.
It's like, so you're telling me there's a chance?
So normally I would say that this means that Bruno and Penumbra and Hermes would all get to go before. But since the Nomad, the person who stuck their hand out and tried to open the thing, rolled less than the initiative, it's going to take a bite out of the Nomad before anyone else gets to do anything.
Of course.
That's sensible.
Makes sense.
So it is going to make an attack against the Nomad. It rolled an 18.
Woof.
Here we go.
So it's going to do +4 damage, and it's going to do a chomp. The Mimic uses Chomp. Mimic takes a bite out of an adjacent target, dealing 7 plus technically 6 damage. So you, Nomad, will take, what is that, 13 total damage?
That is 13. And then I yell, son of a bitch, it's a mimic. The hand that I have looks like the one from Kingpin. That's the only extra one I have. And this metal one's really cool. So kill the shit out of this thing.
And it has until its turn again, it has a hold of your hand, like by the wrist currently.
Oh, nice. That is good news. Good news and bad news for it.
So first up, we're gonna go with Bruno.
All right. I shouted this earlier, but Bruno would like to face lock the mimic.
Okay.
There.
So
I'm not sure
Bruno-
how this will happen with the Nomad being bitten and held by the mimic.
Well, we've done this several times. I've had my hand inside that little purple orbit thing, and nothing happens. It's as long as you're focused on your target. So make sure you're not focused on my hand.
All right. That, kids, is what we call a callback.
So
All right,
you orb up the mimic. The mimic can now no longer move, and so it is frozen with its mouth still firmly grasped over the nomad's hand.
Firmly grasp it with your mouth.
So I have like this fist that I can wield. That's just like a mimic treasure chest that I can swing around. I wish there were more enemies.
Yes, but unfortunately, it can't move, and the phase lock can't move.
Oh yeah, that's a bummer. That could have been really cool.
You also might not be able to move.
We'll see about that.
Bruno, would you like to do anything else?
No, that'll be all.
Okay, so next up we have Penumbra.
Yeah, so Penumbra has their flint and steel out, so I just want to shoot the crap out of it.
So Nomad's hand will not only be inside the mouth of a mimic, but inside the mouth of a mimic that will now be on fire.
Possibly.
Just making sure we're on the same page. Go ahead.
It'll probably be fine.
All right, everyone break.
Hands in.
I rolled a 10, which gives me 2 hits
All right.
for 9 fire damage.
You deal 9 fire damage to the mimic, and the back of it, where where the chest hinge is from basically your perspective, is starting to be a little bit of a fire kind of catching at the back of it. Thankfully, not the part where the nomad's hand is currently.
Oh, that's a relief.
Yeah, I'm just really happy that your aim was true and you shot the mimic.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but you should probably start trying to get your hand out.
Yeah, it's on my to-do list.
You know, in hindsight, we could have used Hermes's little buddy to actually open up the chest.
Yeah, that would have worked. Probably.
That could have worked.
Well,
I didn't want to risk Kit anymore. Nomad. He had it covered.
I
He
got
took
it.
a
I
hands-on
got
approach.
Penumbra, would you like to do anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So next up will be Hermes.
Can I hold action?
Sure.
Is it okay if... Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just
What?
going to hold action.
What are you waiting to happen? That was going to be the trigger for this.
I want to see what Nomad does. After Nomad's turn, I'll go.
So now it would be the mimic's turn, but its action is that it doesn't really get an action, which I would say normally means that it can't attack you, but your hand is already in its mouth. So it's just going to bite down harder.
Alrighty. Yeah.
So I'm just going to say it's going to deal... What does it do normally? 3d8 plus 2? I'll just say it does another d8 of damage. Oh, okay, it did full damage. It did 8 damage to you.
Alrighty. Yep, we're getting there. We're getting into health now. All right.
Your shield breaks, and you can start to see it gets like its teeth are now embedded. Like they're starting to be denting and pushing into the metal of your hand.
Damn, that thing's bitey.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yep.
That's his nickname. His nickname's Bitey.
Bitey.
Actually, he's timid. He doesn't do a lot of talking. He's just sort of... I mean, he wasn't going to do anything, but you decided to, try and open his face.
It's a timid mimic. That's cute.
Yeah, it's really cute. Let's get this thing the fuck off my hand.
I didn't say it was house trained. I said it was cute.
Dove and Duck Norris. What would you like to do?
All right, so Dove's gonna go ahead and pull out her roundhouse pistol. Since we're up still a little higher, I feel a little more comfortable shooting at him from here. So we're gonna go ahead and roll for that one, and we failed.
Ooh.
Well, crap.
Rolled a negative.
A
Yeah.
negative
I think I
two.
got a -3 on it. So a -2 for the attack. Your gun jams, and you have to reload as your action. Instead of attacking, you have to basically go in and unjam the gun. You can still move and do anything else that you want. Duck Norris still has
I was saying, can we still
his
send
full
Duck?
turn.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna send Duck Norris down with his claws. Yeah. So he can deal up to a 1d4 plus 1.
Well, it's
Hold
something.
on, sir.
They're rolling all ones.
Oh, so only 2.
So you did a total of 2 damage. Duck Norris goes in and just kind of claws at it, puts a nice scratch in the wood. You know, it's not really wood because the mimic, but kind of just takes down the resale value if it was like a table or something.
Well, we tried.
And now the man of the hour, the nomad.
So I just thought about this. I do have that.
Oh, you
relic
just
of
now thought about
resistance.
this?
The
That's been a
relic.
while.
The relic of resistance.
Oh, yeah.
Should I have resisted any of that?
Yeah, so technically you have 2d4 worth of resistance because it was 2 attacks.
That's fair. That gives me my 1 point of health back and 1 shield.
Oh, hey, your shield's back up.
Yep.
So the shield comes back on, and you can see it kind of like pries the teeth out a little bit, and now there's like a barrier between the teeth and your hand again.
Well, either
It's
way,
basically like if you get your hand trapped in something with a glove on, like it's not doing a lot.
I'm feeling a little laughing deathy. So I'm gonna go ahead and go berserk.
Okay. This is the first time in the campaign that you have used this. So why don't you go ahead and tell me what it looks like as you start to go berserk?
I haven't really thought about what it looks like, just because it's just kind of normal for me. But I would say it's a heavy flex, and just anything it can almost be felt. So it's kind of like Torg when he flexes, but if there was like a little, like, I don't want to say wave, but you feel like an energy come off it.
Like a ripple effect, like like
a
a
Super
DBZ
Saiyan?
character. Yeah.
And I make that noise. Nothing actually happens. I just make that noise, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?"
He makes it with his mouth.
One day the noise will happen without you doing it. You just have to fill in until then.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Maybe level 4. Level 4 will be the one. But it does read, puts away guns, breaks out fist for 2 turns. Each turn gains extra movement and the ability to melee attack twice, dealing 1 melee die damage with each attack. Regen 10 health each turn.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Which is incredibly important. Because I can't state this enough. This hand is rubber. This extra one I have in my pack, it's not good. And I need this metal hand. It's very expensive. So my plan is, with my hand that is in the mouth, find the tongue and grab it.
Okay.
And with my other hand, I get 2 punches. So I'm just punching right in the teeth, trying to free my hand.
Okay.
The point is, I'm following through. I want to punch through the object.
All right. So for the hand grabbing the tongue, that's going to be an interact check to kind of. It's moving all over the place. It's trying to get a taste of you. It's trying to get you all over its taste buds, and so it's gonna be slippery.
Yeah.
Rolled an 18.
So you have a firm grasp on like almost the base of its tongue, like almost at like the very base of it where it cannot wriggle out. You have as much tongue as you could possibly fit into your hand. It's not a sentence I thought I'd say today.
Hashtag news sentence.
With that, is there any sort of change in the demeanor of this mimic?
Not immediately, as this is
Because that's
still
a metal
like,
vice grip.
We'll see at the end of your turn if it's changed its demeanor. Currently,
Alright.
this is all happening very quickly.
All right. Well, we all know what's going to happen next. I am going to punch the absolute shit out of this thing's teeth until it lets go of my hand.
All right, so go ahead and make a melee attack.
Well, I rolled a 6, but it says hit.
Bare minimum, you did it.
Yeah. All right, and let's watch his head explode.
Ho ho ho.
31.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay. It's starting to change its tune, but you have another punch coming, so we'll see where that lands.
Yeah.
It's a devastating 31 points of damage.
What punch?
So go ahead and make another melee attack. Just make sure that, fist hits the same spot and then do damage again.
I rolled another 6 for damage. Just again.
Well, just for the accuracy, yeah.
The accuracy is just absolute bottom of the barrel. But a hit's a hit.
Yeah, so this one, you pull your fist out, and there's a fist imprint in, like, the wood and, well, what kind of looks like wood but isn't wood because it's a mimic. And then you put your fist directly back in that exact same spot because you rolled a 6 again. And this time deal 18 more damage.
Now how's the demeanor?
Okay, so you were punching its teeth, right?
Yeah. I wanted to create a hole so I can pull my hand back out of it.
Oh, okay, so you were punching like forward into its teeth, or were you coming down with like swinging like hammer fist kind of?
Ooh. I imagine I was punching forward to try to push it away and pull his other hand back.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. If you were coming down, then you'd basically just be punching his teeth into your hand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But you didn't do that. You did it the correct way, where you're basically punching his teeth down its throat, and your hand is now freed from its mouth, where it has significantly less teeth.
Is there a hole?
Yes, 100%.
All right. Do I have I still have movement?
Yes, you can now. Yeah, now you're free. You can move and do other things.
All right. I don't get any other actions, right?
No other attacks or anything.
I'm gonna back up, and I do get that plus 10 health. So I'm gonna check my hand. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna check my hand, and there's a perfect hole for grenades. I guess before I back up, I'm just gonna pop a grenade in its mouth,
Okay.
and then back up.
Roll just a d20.
All right, 13.
Okay, so you back up in time before it goes off.
Oh, good.
It's gonna be like a 10 or under. You did not get out in time, but you rolled a 13, so you got out of there before it blew up.
Hooray! See, what it is do whatever reckless behavior you want, because the consequences, they're gonna happen either way.
I don't know if there really was a lesson in that, but sure.
Well, that's why you talk. And I just go, well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and open this chest.
All right, so go ahead and use your grenade as you normally would.
And
Nice.
I did 7.
So 7 damage, and you recover 7 shield. Penumbra, you see the explosion happening, and bits of the mimic start flying up and almost hit you, but you kind of like move out of the way because you're a little bit too high up. But if you were any closer, you probably would have caught some shrapnel on that.
Mm-hmm.
So before we go back to the top of the order, Hermes, you were waiting for something.
Yeah, he did just what I was hoping he was going to do. Nomad, you make me proud, boy. I'm going to run diagonally down 2 spaces and 3 more. And then piece of business from earlier, when he looted the tree, then I'm just going to pull 2 grenades, plop them in the mouth, and then I'm going to take an extra movement and run away.
Okay, so you're putting 2 grenades in.
Mm-hmm.
And then doing an extra movement.
Correct.
So what I hear from that is Ian gets 2 mayhem.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. I like doing business with you.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and before you move, why don't you go ahead and take an extra. Yeah, you get to move out of the way. It's fine.
Okay.
You can't run back up the side of the cliff though. That's a whole different thing.
Oh no, I know. So I was gonna do the grenades first and then move my second time, or
Okay. Well, you can get out of range of the grenades before
okay, cool.
they go off.
Yeah, we're gonna stand right here between these two. So like head south 4 spaces and. Okay, so 3 damage, and
All right.
then for the second one, still didn't hit it, and that one was 5 damage.
So 8 damage total.
This thing's like has really bad indigestion. It's like, in its like mouth and stomach.
And I can still shoot at it, and I can still flex, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing.
Because you gave me mayhem, I'll allow it.
Sweet.
No,
Thanks,
the flex
Dad.
is free. Yeah, you could always do that, and the attack's still free. But
Okay, so I missed the attack.
well,
Yeah, get all the bad ones out of the way early.
Yeah, no kidding.
you could always give me another mayhem to get an extra attack.
No, that's okay. And then where's the buff? I just roll a 1d4, right? Once per turn,
Yes,
Vault
because he
Hunter.
is now looking at you. Yeah,
Okay.
you do 1d4
D4?
damage.
It's 3.
So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to spend that 2 mayhem you just got me, and the mimic is going to act immediately. It's going to move up 1, and it is going to spit a wad of spit at you. It's going to gob you.
When the
Oh,
mimic
sorry for that.
icon moved away from the chest, it was like its soul left its body.
Yeah. And that's basically what happens. So Hermes, it spits a wad of spit at you, and it hits you square in the beard, to add with the other spit and things that are in your beard currently.
I'm having a bad day.
You take 4 damage from that, and then the mimic just disintegrates and dies.
I mean, that's really good for it, because I was going to drop kick the shit out of it against that wall here in a second.
But it is dead now.
Good. Fucking riddance.
All right, I'm going to just pop over here and sit down really quick and inspect my hand, make sure it's still connected properly and that there's nothing too jacked up about it.
How's it looking?
Oh, I mean, it's still on there. A little loose, but yeah, should be able to tighten it back up. All in all, though, I left there with more health than I came into the fight with, so that's...
Pray for small miracles.
How you?
Wait, do I get my second, because that happens for 2 moves for doing Berserk, my second 10 health? That would have happened for the second.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were about to say you were going to punch Hermes, and I was like, yeah, go for it.
All right, cool. Well, some health back.
So where the mimic is, you see that there are a couple of loot piles from its dead body. There was actually things in the chest that it had taken over.
I felt a few things like bobbling around in there while I had it by its tongue.
That was its
Someone go check
tonsils.
that out. Oh, well, mimic teeth do sell, so grab a few of those if you want.
Do they really? What do people use them for? Food?
I don't know if food, maybe.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
mostly
lick 'em.
I see it for like necklace and like different jewelry and decor.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. I didn't know if you could make like tooth broth out of it. That'd be cool, kind of cool.
I was
mean, you
thinking
can-
along the lines that they put the teeth on normal chests to make people think that a normal chest is a mimic.
That's inventive, Bruno.
I will say that tongue was pretty meaty. Do with that, what you will.
I will do nothing with it.
You know what? Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna
Yep.
try cooking mimic tongue. Let's do it.
Yes, you are.
Make sure you write these down, like the things that you've tried cooking. Oh, a cookbook at the end of this would just be fucking phenomenal.
I haven't had much luck today. I gotta hope that maybe mimic tongue comes through.
I have a good feeling about it.
BM, what say you?
So, as you can kind of scout out the area, you kind of realize that this seems like kind of a perfect place to maybe camp for the day. It is kind of getting later on, and you've spent most of the day shitting and puking, so you're a little bit more exhausted than you are normally. But you do harvest what you want from the mimic, the super long tongue. You take it off and scrape some of the taste buds off. However you prepare tongue, and
I feel like you butterfly it. You cut it open. There you go.
You start up a fire, and we'll have you roll a mastery to see again how this goes down.
I really hope this is
I'm
good.
so excited.
5. What if I spent 5 badass tokens and found a way to salvage it?
Made it a 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that it's starting to not cook the way that you want. As you know, it's the coloring is getting kind of different. You're not getting that good sear that you want on it. It's still moving, which is also a problem.
Fresh.
And so you double back down. You know, you go back to the basics. You get those nice thin slices. You bring Kit in, and they help you prepare it. And the two of you together, I won't make you spend badass tokens. I'll just say you brought Kit out.
Thank you.
And the two of you together are able to salvage this dish and make some good tongue soup.
Oh, right on.
I feel like Kit has like some seasoning, right? Got some like flavors from other things.
We do keep a core component of things inside of Kit. We keep accent, Lowry's seasoned salt, everything but the bagel seasoning. If we can find some bread, something I can make bread out of, I can make bagels.
And you also have a little compartment you can freshly grind pepper, but there's also maybe some metal shavings in there too, so it's kind of a risk reward.
We're still working on that. I need a harder steel for it.
So you kind of wind down for the day. You kind of create a small camp here and share some food and get your health back. You've restored your friends through the power of food.
Pleased to be able to help.
Can I forage my own food after everything that Hermes went through earlier today?
Also fair.
I can't really knock you.
I respect that.
Yeah, very respectful. And then I just kind of work on that hand, make sure it's tightened back up. You nod on it pretty good.
Hermes is gonna go wring out his beard.
Well, that was a good session, guys. Thanks for joining us. If you guys, as always, get the chance, you can check us out on our socials at Bad Assets on Twitter as well. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, you can catch the video form of the show over on YouTube. So go check that out. And thanks for joining us, guys. Have a good one.
Arrivederci.